Hello, Pratap bhai, how are you?
I'm good, thank you.
Thank you again for coming all the way from Rochester, New York. So
Happy
today
to be here.
yes. Um, so Pratap bhai, yesterday's topic made me think. I like to read a lot in English. And I have my family and background that talk about spirituality, using our Indian Hindi words.
Yeah.
And so I think it's a vocabulary thing, but is there a difference between the soul and Atma?
It's a very good question, and I will explain it the way I have understood. And it's a very important in a way if we tell our children translate generally Atma as soul in English, or we translate for them Atma as soul. Now, here is the thing: soul is not exactly a correct translation of Atma. And this is how I see it. When soul is something that the consciousness or pure Atma reflects in the mind and the body, then at that time, due to the reflection, Atma seemingly imposes a limitation of the body and the mind on itself. So it is actually Atma, but because it has imposed these limitations on itself, so then it is soul. It's soul. Whereas
Okay.
Atma, in Sanskrit word Atma indicates aham, means I.
Okay.
So the I for Atma is to be understood as a pure reflection without any of the limitations. Now, what that means that if we translate soul for Atma, then we have to explain it that soul, upon realization, its true nature being Atma, no different, then we can say then that is it realizing its true nature being Atman, the true real I, the reality of everything. That's how I should see it. Now, if somebody wants to say that that's what we mean by soul, pure Atman, then fine. But generally it doesn't happen.
So so you are right. I would have guessed that the soul is something that lies within my mind body complex. And 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 that is actually if that's what I say, then the soul is not same as Atma.
Right, exactly.
Okay. So this English word soul has been has really two meanings depending on who is talking.
That's
And that's the
that's even more correct
clarification.
to say rather than saying that no, soul is not Atman.
And so that's the clarification you are giving us.
Yes.
That be very aware of what the soul definition is in whatever you are reading, listening, or for your own understanding. So you have clarity on this path.
So when we say I am soul, for example, then we have to understand we mean that I am soul, but I am in ignorance by thinking that I am the body and the mind. So the whole pursuit then becomes to realize my true nature. So soul in ignorance, Atma in ignorance is a soul.
Correct. Okay.
But they are both same. Purity, soul in purity is Atman, and Atman in ignorance is soul.
I get it.
Very important.
And would you say that there really shouldn't, it's better for us to remove that ignorance and only understand the soul as being the Atma, as being the consciousness, and almost take out that unclear meaning of soul. Would you say that would be best to almost eradicate that?
I would say that we have to be very careful
Okay.
when we use the term soul for Atman.
Give me a practical uh, use of the term soul.
Okay. So what I would say that when you realize, we have to say that I am Atman, or I am awareness,
Okay.
or I am consciousness, rather than saying I am soul. Because I am soul still has a little way to go to realize its true nature, being this pure consciousness.
Okay. Okay.
We cannot be at rest when we say I am soul, in other words. The journey still has to be made in order to realize.
Okay. All right. Very, Pratapbhai, that was an eye-opening concept. Very good to know that clarity. And thank you very much.
Thank you very much for asking and giving me an opportunity.